Hey, what's going on YouTube? So, Magic season's upon us with the Pro Tour about to start back up and everything. So I felt like doing a profile, but not the standard modern or pioneer profile just yet. I'm waiting on a few things with that. So I figured, let's do a profile on my current favorite commander, that being Prosper Tome-Bound. For anybody that may not know, Prosper is a 1/4 Death Touch Tiefling Warlock for 1 black, 1 red, 2 colorless. Prosper has Magic Arcanum, which at the end of your turn, you exile the top card of your library. You have until the end of next turn to play that card. And Pack Boon, which gives you a treasure every time you cast something from exile. So there's a lot of chaos draw, there's a lot of exiling to cast stuff either from you or your opponents. Let's get into it, So start with, we have Combustible Gearhog. It's essentially a browbeat on legs. A first striking 6/6 is always nice. And then it's got the added benefit of you either draw some cards or you'll do some burn. We also have ways to cheat it out. Then Chandra, Dress to Kill. She's an amazing planeswalker to have. Very low cost, a double plus on her. One giving you mana, the other one giving you Chaos Draw, and Chaos Draw is nice. We'll set this one to the side for now because Void Mirror is part of a combo that we'll get to later. Then we have Chaos Wand because your opponents might have some nice instants or sorceries you may either want to cast from their deck or make sure that they aren't able to cast them if it's going to disrupt you. It's also that chance too, so that's always fun. Hellish Rebuke. If you're able to block properly or even let something through that's not going to kill you, make your opponent hurt for it. You got Tybalt's Trickery because you always got to have a counterspell. And this can also get you into, or this can dig you deeper as well, so it's got its added benefits. Curse of Hospitality because Chaos Draw. Chaos Draw is nice, and I mean, it's got that added benefit of making you not want to be swung on. Bractus Canarium, I mean, it's just land. Videlkin Orrery, because you want to cast stuff on not your turn. Or at instant speed, why not? Dark Ritual, I mean, Dark Ritual, Mountain. Chaos Warp, it's removal. You can also use it to protect a combo piece of yours or anything of that, or just disrupt your opponent. Creative Technique because drawing or Chaos Draw is nice, and you might run into that opponent who will give you the option to get it twice. Go for the Throat, it's removal. Rakdos Signet, it's mana rocks. Treasure Vault, an amazing card to have in this deck because of Prosper, as well as another combo later on that'll be shown with a few creatures. Hurl Through Hell, it's removal and it lets you be able to use it. Why not? Swamp, Soul Ring, Swamp, Tempered in Solitude, more Chaos Draw. You don't attack all that much anyways. Normally it would be with something like Atali. So it's going to have those added benefits. Tybalt is just an amazing card in this deck, giving you that emblem, letting you rip cards from everybody's deck, the top of them to be able to use for you. The ultimate is nice. Swamp Zorn, we like our treasures in here, so why not have double? Dauthi Voidwalker, it's more of using our opponent's stuff as well as Graveyard Hate. And with that Shadow, we can use it with Tempered in Solitude. Geist Flame Reservoir is a fun card to use because it gives you an alternate win con if you have it with enough counters to just target an opponent down or target one of their key creatures if you're able to down. Alright, so there's the other part of the combo I was talking about with Void Mirror, which is, let me adjust this a little bit, there we go. Omen Machine. So Omen Machine Void Mirror combo is essentially whenever a player would cast a spell, if no colored mana was spent to play it, counter it. Omen Machine Players can't draw cards, so it immediately shuts off draw engines other than your chaos draw. And at the beginning of the draw phase, you exile the top. Everybody does it. If it's a land, it comes into play. If it's not a land, you cast it for free. So it does have its merits with Prosper himself, but it's got a very nice synergy with Void Mirror to create a nice soft lock of sorts. Porcupine it because mutating it onto Prosper and having that Death Touch ping is very nice. More lands, Spine Rock Null, more Chaos draw, or Chaos plays, I should say. That gives us treasures and stuff for free. It's very easy to hit that damage threshold too. Mana Rocks, land. Takanuma, Abandoned Mire to get us into the, if it's in our grave, recur a piece that might have been milled there. Nashi Moon Sage. May not be the flashiest card in this one as it would be in like a ninja deck or something that can constantly bounce and reuse it, but being able to bowl a Citadel could have its very good uses. Ignis Pouncer, this is not a green deck, so getting to your land drops can be difficult because you're not excelling as much as a green deck will. So being able to cycle for a, any mountain or any swamp is going to be helpful. This can grab non-basics as well, because one of the upgrades that will be happening with this is things like Blood Crypt and the like. Bedevil, just more removal lands because we need our lands. Light up the stage, more chaos draw. There's the theme with this, obviously, is just chaos drawing all day long if we're able to. So we're going to chaos draw. We're going to have a wild mage sorcerer in here. For that first spell we cast to Cascade, which will prosper, since the cards get exiled and then cast for the Cascade. More lands, removal with Grasp of Darkness, Florian, amazing card. We get some damage through, and then we dig deep for a card on the second main phase that we can use. If it can get us into our combo pieces, if it can get us into things like that. Terminate. Exsanguinate is a potential win condition with how as many treasures as this deck can generate. Crack all of them, bleed the table, either put us in a position where we can survive for a little bit longer, if not outright kill the board. March of Reckless Joy. It's more chaos draw. Again, that's the nature of this. Bajuku Bog. A little bit of graveyard hate, never goes wrong. Apex of Power. If we end up drawing this instead of chaos playing it, it's amazing. It's very good in both scenarios, but getting that extra mana out of the hand to be able to use it is even better. Ignite the Future, same thing. We want to be getting more and more of the chaos draws and all that. Plus, if you if you play this with the flashback, you get those for free. Same with Dream Devourer, make things lower. With the why am I blanking on the name? Foretell. I don't know why I blanked on that so much. Foretell it, we get the chaos draw, we get not the chaos draw, we get the play from exile to get the treasures, and set up if we happen to run into a wheel deck. Flame Blast Dragon, it's just in here as a little tech piece, surprise, alternate win con with the amount of treasures that are generated. Rakdos Charm's just a good card if you run into an overwhelming deck. Tokens, things like that, make them hurt, get rid of the graveyard, pop an artifact you don't want to see. Comet Storm, another alternate win con because of the amount of treasures that we generate. That's the entire nature of this deck. Just generate treasure and get value. So we have things like Deflecting Swat to protect. If you're playing red and you have access to Deflecting Swat, run Deflecting Swat. Kitsuga Devouring Chaos. It's going to give us a Scry. It's going to give us more chaos draw and it's going to burn, so it's very good for that. Pawns up a Blight. It's going to give us a little bit of survivability with the Extort and everything, as well as being able to get some damage in here and there, which we can use with things like Florian. Lava Brink Floodgate. That's just a mana rock that might potentially come up as a board wipe if you can negotiate it the right way. Direfleet Daredevil. We like using our opponent's stuff, so why not use the things that they've either used or had to discard it or anything. Nightscape Familiar. It makes red spells cost less, so why not? Because this could be the matter of, you know, an extra point of damage through something like Comet Storm to just being able to drop something sooner. Junjie, the Midnight Star, very strong card. With its effect, it's not so much a combo piece as it is a tech piece, but if you end up with Marionette Master or Disciple of the Vault in the graveyard, you can recur it, so why not? Land. Fevered Suspicion is just a strong card for the type of deck this is. Being able to play something from the top of every opponent's deck twice is very, very strong. Curse of Shaken Faith. Keep that Spellslinger in check, or use it as you see fit. More lands, more lands, more lands to create pain, because we of course need a board wipe. Whether that be cycling because they're low enough and getting a card draw, or just outright wiping the board and getting a card draw. Lands, mana rocks, Dragon Spark Reactor. It's the same principle as the Geist Flame Reactor, but with how many treasures that we make, this thing can get big and out of hand very quickly and work as a win con. Vandal Blast, because you need that mass removal. Magda can get us into several different win condition, or not win conditions, but it can get us into the Omen Machine, Void Mirror lock. It can get tutor up a Junjie out of the deck. It can tutor up a Flame Blast out of the deck. It can tutor up a Gearhulk out of the deck. So it's just a very strong card. It can, I mean, if you really want to, you can tutor a land drop with the Treasure Vault. Marionette Master, it's part of the Disciple of the Vault Marionette Master combo, where you just take all the treasures that you make, and between the two of them, you just shoot the board. Or every player. Invoke Calamity, because there's nothing wrong with using, reusing the things that you have in the grave. Speak of the devil. So we'll just highlight these two real quick. Marionette Master and Disciple of the Vault. So both of them essentially have the effect of whenever a artifact goes into the grave, you get to deal a point of damage. In Marionette Master's case, you deal it to each opponent, they lose 1 life. Whereas Disciple of the Vault is a targeted, you may have target opponent lose 1 life. But between the two of them, you play the Marionette Master, you fabricate 3, it's now a 4/7 that will deal its toughness or its power. So you've got 5 damage right here per treasure that you sacrifice, and you can put yourself in a very strong position of treasures. Aaron Mesa, Atali's going to be our main swinger because of his ability to rip the top card of everybody's library. More removal with Dismember. Gonti, Lord of Luxury, is just a very fun card. It's a good card to use. It's another Death Toucher, so you can Porcupine Gonti and use it to ping things down, or you can even, well, I shouldn't say or you can even, or you've got, just the fact that it's got a strong effect with getting the top card of your opponent, or top 4 cards of your opponent's library. You can find something very good with it. Sadly and funnily enough, I've used Gonti to fix land drops for me. It is not a fun card to use if you're playing remotely, though, because, I mean, looking through your opponent's deck's a little bit rougher. Sudden Edict, split second, removal, make it a choice for him. Praetor's Grasp. Praetor's Grasp is a lot like Gonti with what you can do. Get a card from your opponent's deck to use at your leisure. It just sucks to use online, or at least remote. So yeah, land, fetch land, land, and mana rock. But yeah, that is the deck. That is Prosper, Tome-Bound, at least my version. There are upgrades and everything that I plan on doing to it, and that other people will tell you to upgrade if you plan on doing this. Things like Blood Cribs, Bloodstained Mire, anything that's going to help with that theme. You can run Blightsteel and Darksteel in here. Those two are ones I still need to acquire, or reacquire in this case, I should say. Surprise Blightsteel is an incredibly strong finisher that you can just tutor out with a Magda because of how easy you can get to it. But yeah, that's the deck. Take care, everybody. If you want to see more, if you want to come out, hang out, chat and everything, I go live on Twitch. Link will be in the description below, twitch.tv/Syntaxis. We do RPGs with Pro Tour season about to be on us, and with the ability to qualify now online with Arena, not just TGO. We're going to be playing a lot more of that. But yeah, that's the deck. Expect more deck profiles to come, especially for things like Modern and Pioneer. Some deck techs and things like that for Arena. And come hang out. We'll be playing it. Anyways, take care.